In this video, we are discussing Studio Manager by Pixieset and Session, and we're comparing the two softwares. My name is Amy. I own Amy Lynn Creative. I am a brand photographer and videographer in Madison, Wisconsin, and I also am a casual YouTuber. But I wanted to do a comparison of these two softwares for booking clients. I'm not going to call them CRMs. In fact, Session very specifically says that they are not a CRM, customer relationship management software, and I would not call the Pixieset Studio Manager software a CRM either. If you want a full CRM, I would highly recommend Honeybook or Dubsado. If you were looking for something a little bit simpler, one of these two softwares would probably be a great fit for you. But I'm going to go and do a more detailed explanation of both softwares for you. So Pixieset Studio Manager is what I have up right now. It is brand new, just came out, and they are still adding features. So this is probably not the fairest comparison at the moment because Pixieset Studio Manager just came out. For instance, it says questionnaires over here, but they do not yet have that option available. So that's one thing to note. If you want to be sending questionnaires right away, you might want to wait or choose a different software. So I'm going to give you a quick rundown of each, and then I'll compare features. So this is the home screen. So you've got some options here to create an invoice or a contract. The projects are separated out by client. So you can add your client here. You can send an invoice to that client. You can have a contract sent to that client, and there's this nice little tab up here that shows you where each contract is at in the process. Questionnaires coming eventually. Templates for your contracts and invoices so that you can have multiple templates in there. And of course, payments for those invoices. This is going to show you, help you keep track of those payments. And then of course your setting where you can set up your branding so that when you send out invoices, contracts, and emails, you have your own branding attached to that. This, of course, is a paid feature, and I don't have a paid account on here. So that is obviously not set up. All right, so that's Pixieset Studio Manager. Very, very, very basic. Just basically sending invoices, contracts, accepting payments. That's what it is for right now. The cost for this software is $15 a month. If it's purchased separately from the other Pixieset applications, you can also bundle them with their gallery system and etc. They actually have a whole suite of apps. They have like a website app, etc. All right, now let's talk about Session. Session is very, very specific. It is very structured. Again, not a CRM. This is really great if you do a lot of mini sessions or book a large quantity of sessions in general and you need the booking process to be incredibly streamlined. That is the entire point of this software. And right here you have, this is kind of the default home is sessions. There's two types of sessions that you can create with Session. Mini sessions that has multiple time slots, and then full sessions, which is a one-off family session or brand session or boudoir session. Those are created separately as a full session. Mini sessions is set up specifically for, you have a couple days back to back where you're doing a bunch of sessions, and it's a one-time event, and you would create a new mini session event for each event that you have. And so that's what we have here. Is this mini session, and it gives you this dashboard for each session, which is really cool, with your earnings, your bookings, views, all these notes, so that you can see how your event is performing. And then obviously you've got some options over here. You can see how clients see things. Obviously there's nothing set up right now, and you can share a link. Again, this is very much meant to book a lot of sessions. There is also a calendar, which integrates with Google Calendar and Apple Calendar. And your client list, which is obviously empty because I don't have any in here right now. And then there is a booking site component to this as well. Obviously, there's only so much you can do to customize it, but it is a separate site with its own link. you can, they choose the session, they choose the date, and then they enter their information, they submit an inquiry, and then it would go on to the next step. This is where you set up email templates. Now, it's not a CRM. It does not connect to your email, but these are emails that send from Session. And then contracts and questionnaires. I created a quick sample questionnaire so you could see that. Now, you can see here there's not an option to send that questionnaire. Remember when I created this sample mini session? You're going to go over here to add session details. And you are going to put in a description. You are going to select a contract and a questionnaire right here that you're going to send to people. You can add packages if you want, or you can say no and just there's a session fee. Session fees are collected outside of Session, which is kind of a bummer because refunds also have to be processed outside of Session, whereas a full CRM, that would all be inside the CRM. That's a thing for another day. And then down here you can see email communication, where you can customize each of the emails that will go out. Again, you can see it's very automated, and you do have to set all of this up at the beginning before you launch your session. So we can save this. Then you can add your dates and times, and you add all your available spots. You can add a break for yourself, which I highly recommend. Bathroom break, food break, you gotta have those. Don't overbook yourself. So you can say, I have 10 slots available. It'll automatically throw some in here. You can say, I want a gap of 15 minutes. It'll automatically change the time. Guys, this is such a game changer if you do a lot of mini sessions. All right, so I'm going to cancel out of that. So all that to say, all these emails, contracts, questionnaires, those are all set up at the beginning of your mini session campaign. All right, and then you also have a coupon spot. I don't like coupons, but they're there if you use them. And then you can also add your availability. Okay, so I realized I spent more time on Session. That's because their software is a little bit more developed, fleshed out, whereas Pixieset Studio Manager is very, very basic right now. I kind of want to go into pros and cons here for a second. Neither software connects to your email. So a full CRM, an actual CRM is going to connect to your email. I think that's one of the biggest downsides of both of these softwares is that neither of them have the ability to email clients back and forth. So you're still going to have client information in your Gmail or wherever your regular inbox is. So that communication is going to be happening there. Plus you're going to have some stuff in Session as well, depending on how you have that set up. If clients need to contact you with a question or a change or something like that. Another big thing I want to note, one of the big differences between these two softwares is that Session has a calendar, and it also connects to your Google Calendar, which I find very important for setting my own availability, whereas Pixieset does not have any kind of option for that. You're going to have to remember to put bookings in your calendar outside of Pixieset Studio Manager, whereas with Session, it's going to show up on your calendar. That one that I just created a template for because I put a date on it is going to show up right here in the calendar, and it syncs with both Apple and Google Calendar, which I think is huge. A couple of other really useful integrations with Session. Session has integrations with MailChimp, Facebook Pixel, and Shootproof galleries. So Pixieset does not have a gallery integration, probably because Pixieset already has a gallery system of their own. And if you're using Pixieset Studio Manager, chances are you're already using Pixieset galleries. So it's still kind of sort of all in one. Whereas Session is obviously its own standalone software that will connect with Shootproof galleries if for some reason you use those. If you use another system, you're kind of out of luck with that. And that's one thing. So I personally use CloudSpot, so I wouldn't have a way to email the images, the image gallery link afterwards is what I'm assuming here. The other thing I'm noticing with Session is it's very, very structured. This could be a really good thing for you if you want it to be really structured. That personally stresses me out a little bit, but whereas Pixieset Studio Manager is not quite as automated as far as the process of step 1, step 2, step 3, whereas Session is very, very much like that. So if you want the process to go exactly the same way every time, Session is the software for you. If you need a little more flexibility, maybe Pixieset Studio Manager is just enough structure for you, where you have the ability to send contracts and invoices like whenever and in whatever order you need to do that in. Again, all of the email communication is going to be outside of both of these softwares, as well as the payment. I didn't mention pricing for Session. Session is $19 a month. So very similar. Pixieset Studio Manager, remember, is the $15 a month if it's not included with the other apps in their offerings, and Session is $19 a month. So very similarly priced. One really cool thing I wanted to mention with Session is their Instagram link. So as you know, in your Instagram bio, you can only have one link. And a lot of people use Linktree. I personally have it set up through my own website where I have like a set of buttons on my own website that people click on that one link and they get their buttons. But Session has their own integration that creates that look where it has the different options. So you can have all your sessions in one Instagram bio link. Which is really, really cool. You can see it over here. It says bio link. I actually think this is really, really awesome, especially if you bring in a lot of clients through Instagram, or if you want to. This is really, really cool. 2 questions you need to ask when researching new software. First of all, does this software solve my current pain points? So what is holding up your process now or holding up your growth now? And number 2, is this a software that I can grow into as my business grows? So where do you want your business to go down the line? Where do you see your business going? And will this software support that too? Because even if this is perfect for you right now, if you ever feel like you're going to need more than that, I would recommend investing the extra in either a full CRM or another software that fits your future needs as well as your current needs. And the reason for that is, when you're ready to switch to software, it's usually a time when you're super overwhelmed and your current software is already past the point of being useful. So you're super overwhelmed and having to transfer all of your client information, transferring all your email templates and your contracts and your questionnaires over to a whole new system, plus learning a new system. That is an insane amount of extra mental space and time that you're going to have to pour into that if you haven't picked a software that's going to grow with you. So I encourage you to think about that when you're choosing a software, like not just how does this meet my needs right now, but will this meet my future needs as well? I hope this video was helpful. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I will be doing more videos comparing different softwares and sharing them here on my channel.